Hi guys, it's Sandy here. If you're new to my channel and you're looking for a beauty and lifestyle South African YouTuber, do make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm quite active on here. I thought it would be interesting to do a video on things that nobody really tells you if you want to become an influencer, or if you are an influencer in South Africa specifically. And the things I say will, vary depending on which is your main platform, as well as the size of your following. Across all of my platforms combined, I have a total of 107,000 followers, which makes me a micro influencer. So the things I'm speaking about is from the perspective of a micro influencer. Macro influencer is more along the lines of 500,000 followers upwards. Okay, so I've jotted down a few points, things that came to mind. There could be more things, so just comment down any specific questions you might have, and you never know, it could inspire a whole new video. Firstly, something I want to address, and the most important thing is you don't just get free stuff. That's the biggest misconception people have. Unless you're a macro influencer, comes to getting like free products, the most popular thing is to receive products as part of a campaign. So a new product launched and the business wants to send it to you to promote. Another option could be a brand will send you some of their, older best-selling products, popular things from their range, just for you to make a once-off video, at your own pacing and just show off those products and stuff. So like I said, the most common type of getting free products is when a brand is launching a new campaign and they launch a new product. So how this actually works is the brand will email you asking if you want to be part of the campaign, and let's say, for example, I say yes. They'll then ask for shipping details, and in a few days they will send out something called a brief. Okay, and this brief details everything that I need to do with this free product, which platform I need to post, what I need to say, guidelines as to things that I need to say. Often it'll contain an audio I need to use, things I shouldn't do, things I should do, how I should be showing products, a message I should get across in my video. Often I have to submit the video for review to the brand, and then they will tell me, okay, this is good. Or they'll send it back to me and say, maybe can you change this, can you change that, can you change this? Then I need to change it, send it back. They'll review again, then they'll send it back, and then I need to maybe change another thing. This is all done days, sometimes weeks in advance, before the brand tells you you're allowed to post your content. So when you see an influencer posting something about a new product, they've been sitting on this new product for days, if not weeks, working on this content that they're posting. And again, because I told you, your content gets reviewed by the brand, it needs to be top notch, because the PR people in that department are sitting there watching your video, and if it's not up to scratch, they're going to come back and tell you. And I mean, it's awkward, it's embarrassing when you have to make a lot of changes to your content. So it's always nice to really work on that content and put out the best possible thing, so that the brand tells you the video is fine. So already, when I get a brand contacting me saying they want to send me something, already I'm like, oof, this is going to be a lot of work. It's never just a fun thing of, I get a product, I'm just doing an unboxing. No. I'm recording that footage, I'm editing that footage, I'm sending that footage for review. It's a very stressful process. Secondly, if a big brand reaches out to you, often they will ask you to send a media kit and rate card. This is something that I had absolutely no idea about, because I never watched influencing videos before I decided to do this. So when I was asked for this the first time, I was like, what is this? Basically, your media kit that a brand will ask you for is like your social media CV. That's how I like to think of it. It includes information about you as a content creator, what content you make, where you're from, a little bit of information about you, but mainly contains your statistics. That's like your qualifications. How many followers do you have on your platform? What's your engagement rate? How many views do you get in your stories? average video views, all of that statistics. Also details about the demographic of your audience. Where are they from? Male or female? That type of information is extremely important and differs depending on which industry you're in. Also, if you approach a brand, you should include your media kit and rate card in that email or in that message. That way, brands know that you're serious. That sets you apart from people who just message a brand asking for free products. Even if the brand contacts you first and asks for that media kit and rate card, it's also for their statistics and their catalog when they're drawing up a report about the campaign. And you might be thinking, oh man, I'm not that serious about this. Like, do I really have to make a media kit? Now you see, that depends on your size. If you're a very small influencer, you don't need to worry about that yet. But if you want to transition into that stage where you actually want to do these brand deals and work with brands, it's something you're going to have to consider doing. Think of it as applying for a job. You know, you're not going to rock up without a CV. Why? Because you know that there are going to be other people who are going to have a CV, other people with the qualifications, other people who are serious about the job. And obviously, a brand will take the person, or the company will take the person who is serious about the job. So that's always something that you need to consider, that this is a job field and there are lots of people who are taking this seriously. And honestly, it was that small change in my mindset that set me on the path that I'm going today. So my third point, kind of related to the whole media kit and your social media statistics, is so after you've maybe received your product and you've made your content for the brand and you've posted it, you have to send them your social media links as soon as it goes live. And a lot of the time, a brand will ask you to send a screenshot of the analytics 24 hours after posting, and sometimes 48 hours after posting, but it differs. Different brands do different things. Some brands use social media statistic trackers. So if you just send them your link, it gives them access to your statistics. Sometimes you have to manually do this yourself. So brands do check up on how your content is doing. And again, it's really embarrassing if you don't put out your best content and your video doesn't do well, which is why companies are very particular about who they approach, and they're looking for people who are taking this seriously, because this is their money and their products and their reputation that's on the line when they choose to work with an influencer. My fourth point is onto the rate card. So I mentioned you need to send the media kit and rate card. I include my rate card at the end of my media kit. I mean, I don't think this is new news, but you do know that we get paid for promoting newly released products. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort. I'm using a lot of equipment, a lot of skill. The brand is using my platform, my audience, my face, and my brand for their product, which is why we get paid. It's a lot of work to do for free. You're a big influencer. You are producing top-notch content on a daily basis. So if a brand approaches you and they want you to do something for their brand, you have to keep up that level of consistency, whether it's paid or whether it's free. And this is why bigger influencers don't like doing promotions for free, because they need to put in that same level of effort, that same level of editing as they would for a paid campaign, if not something close. Once you consistently work on making good content, you can't stop. So that covers as to why you get paid. What actually goes on your rate card is how much you charge for promotions per specific platform. How much do you charge for Instagram post? How much you charge for a story update? You can make packages. You can say for Instagram post, for a story update, and this all depends on your social media platform and what does best. So for me, my main focus is my TikTok. That's what brands most contact me for, my TikTok and sometimes my YouTube. I will charge per TikTok video, right? Per unboxing, per challenge video. I will alter the price depending on what the brand wants. Sometimes they want multiple videos, so I'm not going to just charge them by multiplying my base price per video, if they want 5 pieces of videos or something, because the quality and the level of content always differs. The main question you might be wondering is, how much do you charge? So obviously it's based on your social media statistics. If you have less followers, you're going to charge less. If you have more followers, you're going to charge more. Now, for confidentiality reasons, I can't say how much I personally charge. That's like asking someone, what's your salary, which is extremely confidential information. But I can tell you that I base my prices off what I've been charged for in the past. So for my first ever collab, I was paid a reasonable amount, and I was like, this is a very fair price, and I worked along with that price. And as I carried on with that price, I saw that other brands were also offering me a certain price, and that's how I figured out my price range. So if you want to figure out that price range, you can just speak to whoever's contacting you and ask, how much has the brand budgeted for my content? Another little tip is, when you want to make your media kit and rate card, I highly suggest using a site called Canva. I'll put a link down below in the description. They have a lot of great templates, and it's just what I use for my media kits. New point, this is the big elephant in the room, which is your payment. Now, something you need to understand is, as I mentioned before, brands pay you per collaboration on a campaign. Even though you're getting all of these collabs, hey, by the time the money comes through, by the time it comes through, it's an unavoidable thing, and I understand what the situation is when you do your campaign. Often a brand will tell you they only pay sometimes 30 days. It likes to be 45 days though. A lot of the time they'll tell you they'll only pay 45 days after the day the campaign ends. You might be thinking, 45 days. That's just the beginning. The day you submit your video or you post your video is not the day the campaign ends. No. They mean the day the entire campaign ends. The day all of the influencers that they have working on this campaign finish posting their content. So that is something to be aware of. It's hardly ever a instant transaction. You know, after you post your video, you're not getting the money like a week later or 2 weeks later. And another thing related to the payment, and you might be wondering, so how do you actually get paid? You have to send an invoice to the company after you've done your share of work for them. Just as a business would send out an invoice to you when you buy something, you're sending an invoice out to the company or the brand for the services that you've done. And again, you can use Canva, or you can like Google how to make a business invoice, and then like on your actual invoice you'll have, okay, you did one times video for TikTok, for Instagram, for YouTube, for whatever, and it was this campaign, and it's just, you charged this much per video, and the total is this much, you know. My next point is, a lot of the time for the big brands especially, the promotions and the PR is not done by the actual brand. It's done by marketing agencies. So you'll get contacted by a person who works from an agency, and they'll tell you they work for X brand, they work for Y brand, they work for Z brand, and they want you to come on board with this campaign, and that's who you keep in contact with. Whoever is working on the business's social media pages, a lot of the time isn't the person who actually handles the business's PR. And I think my last point, and that is, brands watch you. They really watch you, hey? They look at your videos, they look at your comments, they see what type of content you make, what type of creator you are, what type of message you get across. A lot of the time, especially when it's a new brand reaching out, sometimes you get a collaboration through the grapevine, someone will recommend you or something. Brand is reaching out to you themselves, it's because they were watching your content, which is why you need to post consistently. You need to have a specific niche so a brand knows this is what you do. So for example, I do a lot of product unboxings, product reviews, makeup videos. I try to show off my products in such a way that a brand knows what I can do for them. So if you're posting inconsistently, that's another thing brands really look out for. They can tell like, oh, this person like isn't so serious about this anymore. Also, like, you know, the language in your videos, and just generally what type of vibe you give off. Does it fit with the brand? Yes or no? Oof, yeah, that's a wrap, guys. I spoke a lot. I'm very thirsty. if you have any specific questions, comment down below. That's just what I remember to speak. There could be more things in my mind. I hope you enjoyed this video, you learned something useful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, share this video. Share this video if you think someone needs to know this information. Don't forget to follow my socials, which will be linked down below in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.